Hello, everyone. It's almost the end of 2022. Thank God. And 2023 is right around the corner. And welcome back to Sin City Crypto Live. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts. And today, like every single weekday, we are coming at you live from our studio here in the heart of, we almost have fiber connection in the studio, Las Vegas, Nevada. Today's content, we are talking about Bitcoin, what happened in 2022, what is going to happen in 2023. We'll give our predictions. Also, Sam Bankman-Fried is freed from jail, and he might be soon as well because he is apparently going to be taking a plea deal here in the next week or so. We'll discuss that. And we have a couple blasts from the past. We want to show you guys and get your opinion. But without going into the content, first we have to introduce you to your other co-host, Robin.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. I'm good. Almost choked on my own spit for a second. Anyways, go ahead, bro.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, the boring, the stale information, package it up in a fun and sexy way. And then also here at Sin City Crypto, we also evaluate the price of Bitcoin every single day at every single minute of every second. And it is where it's been at for every minute
of every second.
That's right.
I didn't know seconds had minutes.
Wait a second.
But minutes do have seconds.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, how you feeling today? How's the chat feeling? You guys excited? You got New Year's Eve plans? Let us know. What are your New Year's Eve plans? Robin, what are your New Year's Eve plans?
I honestly...
You gonna shoot off some fireworks?
Okay, so I haven't even thought about it. All I know is New Year's Day, I'm going to be grilling out. And the only reason I'm saying that is because you wanted to have a meeting here in studio. You're like, we should have a meeting on New Year's Day. And I'm like,
yeah,
what?
So,
no.
Business is business, homie.
I'm going to turn on the grill, baby.
Well, we can do it at your house.
Burgers. How you doing?
We can do it at your house.
Yeah, so New Year's Eve, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. You know, first of all, we do a pretty elaborate celebration here on the Strip. If you haven't been in Las Vegas during New Year's Eve, they shut down the Strip where you normally would have your traffic in the same way they do in New York. And you get to fill the streets full of people. However, instead of it being Times Square, a very small little gathering area, you have the entire Strip, all of however many miles that thing is, all shut down, packed full of people, fireworks going off on the top of every hotel. It's a sight to see.
That's a lie. Not every hotel.
Well, it's like most of the hotels. It's like every third hotel has like big fireworks, and they're all in unison. So it's no bad spot to be at here. So rooms are pretty expensive. So if you're coming out here, be ready to open
and
up. And
also Chinese New Year's around the corner. Did you hear that in the U.S., if you want to come in from China, you have to submit a negative COVID test?
Really?
Right. Yeah, that's starting on the 4th or the 5th of January.
Hold on. You got to have a negative COVID. Like the U.S. is asking for that?
Yes.
And China ain't asking for that?
I don't know what China's asking for.
What kind of backwards world are we living in?
I don't know.
So the super strict
is that racist,
Chinese
though?
No, not at all. But the super strict Chinese government that has been inundated with lockdowns and protocols and different colors, let you get in and out of your house or sleep in the streets. And so this government is greenlighting everybody to come here. And now we're like, hey, you need a vaccine card to get in here. Like, stop.
Hey, man.
Like, I thought we were past this.
We're not.
It's 2023, man. It's about to be.
Bro. It's just messed up because we get a lot of visitors in Vegas for Chinese New Year. And it's a big deal here in the especially on the Strip, man. The casinos, they get a lot of high profile individuals. And I don't know, is this going to slow down business in Vegas? Who knows? But I want to start. Speaking of slowing down, Kevin O'Leary needs to slow down with his tweets. So, guys, please, if you're following Kevin O'Leary, he has been hacked. Do not click on these links. Yeah, crypto event, 5,000 Bitcoin and 5,000 Ethereum. They're giving away. So,
oh, this is actually not too far away from his normal marketing campaign where he was promoting FTX last month.
Right?
Right?
Return on investment's the same either way.
He's
Click his
promoting
old links.
scams, right? I mean, you could argue that he's not been hacked. He's just following protocol, right?
well, 2 hours ago, my accounts was not hacked. Last night, I said on TV that I was going to do a giveaway. So definitely hacked. Please, guys, do not click on any links. Don't enter. Just don't. Just don't. So yeah. Also, I want to do a little blast in the past. Robin, do you remember? Did you have any of these phones? Do you have any of these phones, bro? You got the flip phone.
yeah.
You got the slide phone. You got the side slide phone. You got the double
Ooh.
side slide phone. You got the side.
The BlackBerry. I had a BlackBerry. I
Damn,
had
look
that
at these,
Nokia.
bro.
Oh, I
You know,
think I
my
had that
old
one.
GM still has one of those flip phones.
Ooh, hey. The only problem was with these little flip phones is like when you had them in your pocket too long, you had all that like pocket dust. It would
Yeah.
like wedge in there.
Dude, this
And
right here, that phone that kind of twisted, that was like, look at these, bro. Now we're stuck with mini computers in our pockets. Chat, did you guys ever own any of these phones? I owned at least a few of them. The one that flips from the right side, I definitely own one of those. I own one of those sidekick things. So it's been a while. We take a trip down memory lane. Not 2022, but hey, a few years ago. Did you own any of those phones that were listed there, Robin?
I did. I am. I tend to get very high scores. I'm talking about like high end, like top level scores on these basic games. So like Snake. Oh man, I'm telling you, that was my jam, bro. That was my thing. The Snake would get so big that I was just chasing my own tail. Like it was. I don't know. Anyways, that was also a game. Also, if I'm going to stay in this pointless game thing, Crossy Roads, the chicken.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man, top 100, bro. Top 100 right here in high score. At the time, I checked it the other day. It's outside the 1,000 because I haven't played in a few years, so some people caught up to me.
Yeah.
And there's also a game called Geometry Wars. I used to play on Xbox.
Geometry Wars.
Yeah, that thing was a blast, bro. But anyways, I do like the simplistic games that don't take too much thought. You can just kind of pick it up and play. And those games are falling by the wayside now. A lot of times you go to play a new game and you spend half the day going through tutorials, how to jump and mount on a wall and all this other stuff. So that's right.
Speaking, I mentioned 2022, and we're going to get into the markets here in a second, but look at this, bro.
What's up?
Look at this.
Okay, pass.
2022 has been the worst year ever for stocks and bonds since 1871. 1871. You can see here in the red, stocks are down over 20%. Bonds, guys, bonds, not notes, not bills. Anything over 20 years, 20, 25, 30 years, those are called bonds. Those are down over 15% in 2022. So, guys, are we going to have back-to-back worst years ever in 2023? I highly doubt it. What do you think, Robin?
Elon Musk thinks that we're in for doom and gloom. Also, there's been a lot of other economic analysts that have pointed to deep recession, maybe even, should I say the D word?
Depression?
And I ain't talking about
You
something
don't say that.
I'm not saying something, that could be.
Should I say the S word?
What's the S word?
Stagflation?
Stagflation.
That would be terrible.
I feel like
We're
that's a
kinda already in
word
it.
somebody just randomly made up.
No, it's...
I know it is. I know. I'm just saying. I feel like somebody that was trying to sound smart was like, well, what about stagflation?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Speaking of 2023, so the theme of our show today, and before we get into some
Can the
articles and
theme
stuff-
of our show today be hit the like button? We got 30 likes. What are y'all doing?
Say what? That's unacceptable, guys.
Like, let's end this year.
You know how hard it was for me to get out of bed today? It was not very hard, but still, pretend like it was and hit the like button. Let's take a look at what the markets are doing. Robin, let's take a gander, and then we'll hop into Bitcoin 2023, what we think will happen in 2023. Go ahead, Rob.
All right. So taking a look at Bitcoin, we got $16,620.53. And as we had mentioned, we've been in this zone ever since the 8th of November. So quite some consolidation. This has actually been a historic period for volatility. We have never had this much, this amount of volatility in the boring side. And so no volatility. As you can see here at the bottom of the chart, you have just, as you see the gray on the bottom, that this right here is the volatility. And you can see the volume, aka volatility, just not really moving much. Just little ebbs and flows, and that's it. We had a small little breakout to 17,000, and that only lasted.
Got breaking news.
What?
Breaking news.
What?
Bitcoin is a stablecoin.
What? Stablecoin pegged at 16,000. So taking a look at the broader market, everything else is pretty flat. Everything is almost at exactly 0% here down the board. You can see here XRP is kind of the only thing that's down right now at 3.56. Cardano down to 2.75. Cardano at 24.5 cents. This is if you're a fan of Cardano, it is on sale. I think this is like a great time to buy. Could it go lower? Could it go lower? Sure. I started DC. This is one of my favorite layer ones. I started DCing into this. Right now, I'm trying to identify the strong layer ones to DCA into. And then maybe in a few months, I'll probably start DCing into some smaller projects down the list.
What about my exposure? Where's Solana at? Solana still under $10?
It should be at 9. Ugh. Damn, Solana down another 7.4%.
It got delisted.
From where?
From MicroStrategy.
Who?
MicroStrategy. Here, let's actually cover that right now. That's we're kind of on the topic.
I heard that it got delisted from KuCoin, but I haven't looked into it.
Those are rumors. I didn't find anything on KuCoin, and I'm not going to report on rumors, I guess, unless it's from multiple sources. But here it is. Speaking of Solana, MicroStrategy delists Solana as price sinks to single digits. The Jihan Wu-backed crypto asset platform MicroStrategy will reportedly delist Solana and Sol U before the end of the year. This comes amid prolonged declines in its price and total value locked. Company will not only delist the asset and dual currency investment products, but they will also refrain from introducing any new Solana products in the future. MicroStrategy's announcement came days after two top-ranking Solana-based NFTs revealed that they would leave, those being DeGods and Utes. The decision also becomes crucial as MicroStrategy targets $100 million in funding, as Bloomberg reported in November.
Okay, so if NFTs are struggling, what do you hang your hat on for Solana? They don't really have much DeFi. They're not known for DeFi, right?
They have some lending protocols.
I'm not saying I'm not saying there's no dApps there, but I'm just saying, as far as being a major player in that field, they're not, right. They are in NFTs. They are in speed transaction institutions.
They're currently outside of the top 10 now when it comes to DeFi and total value locked. So it's still fast and cheap, but our problem here, my problem here is it's not reliable, and I think the ties to FTX and Alameda guys are too heavy for people. You see MicroStrategy. I've never used MicroStrategy. I don't even know if you have. But still, it's a company, they're raising money at a $1.5 billion valuation. So they're not a small company, right? MicroStrategy. It's just, we haven't really heard about it or know about it. But them delisting Solana and to go as far as say that anything related to Solana, we will not list in the future. People are scared, man. People are running the other way. And I don't know. I haven't looked into our devs leaving, our other projects outside of these two NFT projects leaving.
Whenever the next bull run comes. Whenever that is, bull run, 2024, right? It might come late 2023. More than likely, it's 2024, the next bull run, right? And when that happens, at the height of the bull market, is Solana in the top 10? If they don't have it, let's just say they just stay the course. There's no major outages. They kind of just do their thing.
Are they can continue to build partnerships? Or are we going to see more of this? People are afraid.
I think more of what we've already gotten. More partnerships, but also more skepticism, more more projects leaving, more people building on other ones.
I guess that's the question of the year, bro. I don't know, man.
What?
Because we just don't know. What would the all-time high of Solana been if FTX wasn't manipulating, or if Alameda wasn't manipulating? What would it look? What's it going to look like without all this money flowing in from Alameda and all of Sam's shell companies and whatever the case may be? There's too many like factors that we don't know. But if Solana can come back and it can even get close to its all-time highs, guys, we're talking about a massive opportunity. For me, though, it's a little too risky for me. I think there's better projects right now that have more certainty to put money in. But
you could get. Here's the thing: you could get that 20x, maybe more, from the price where it is now to
20x would put Solana at $180.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And it got up to almost 300.
You can get a 20 to 50x if it were to get the mainstream adoption it had. On top of that, the space itself is going to have so much more capital from where we were in 2020, 2021. And if you multiply that by a factor of 5 or 10, I mean, you're talking maybe 100x, right?
Yeah.
If you 5x, if you throw an extra 5x on top of a 20, that's 100. And what's up?
No, I can't read it. It's just funny.
So yeah, but here's the thing. I think you're going to get pretty damn comparable returns from other projects that are in kind of the same zone as far as market cap and community, and you're not taking on quite as much risk. And so that's kind of where I stand. Chat, what do you guys think? Bull run 2024, the height of the bull market. Is Solana in the top 10? Put a 1 in the chat. You think Solana comes back to top 10? Put a 2 in the chat if you think that Solana will stay outside the top 10 even in the next bull run. Its time has passed. 1, bullish. 2,
Our friend Geronimo said they did have DeFi, mostly with Serum, and we know Serum kind of Serum and bye.
Yeah, that's FTX's little baby project, right?
Yeah. Guys, look, we just don't know. We don't know. You don't know. I don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out. If I were to give a percentage, I think 70% Solana is not in the top 10. I would put 50%. It's not even in the top 50.
What?
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, Ethereum Classic is still up there, right?
I don't know, man.
Where is Ethereum Classic at?
I haven't done.
I thought that thing was pumping. Yeah, it is pumping. Ethereum Classic's top 25. If Ethereum Classic can be in the top 25, Solana will still be in the top 25 next bull run.
Okay.
I wholeheartedly believe that. I mean, you have. If you were to look at the why the hell you here chart, let's take a look at the why the hell you here chart. So this all makes sense. Doge, okay.
Doge makes sense.
You know what? We'll keep
Doge makes sense.
Shiba Inu 15. Okay.
Litecoin does not.
Why
make
the hell
sense.
you here? You can even make the argument. Tron, why the hell you here?
Why are you here?
And then
Tron is big in Asia. Okay.
Yeah, and then you got
Toncoin. Why is Toncoin there?
Toncoin. Why the hell you here?
Why
man?
is Bitcoin Cash there? Literally does nothing.
Bitcoin Cash at 26. Bitcoin Cash is a fork of Bitcoin, and it's supposed to have the same price, right? $99.
Well, I don't know if it's supposed to have the same price.
Well, it's the same supply.
Doesn't have the same. No, it doesn't.
Right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's a freaking fork, bro. They literally forked and airdropped there. Look. Circulating supply, 19 million. Yeah. Supposed to be the same damn thing.
Well,
you can make an argument that Kronos is in danger, right?
No, Kronos.
No, I'm just saying that exchange tokens probably going to fall by the wayside. Also,
but Kronos has a chain. So, Terra Classic is like
Terra Classic
EOS.
in the top 50. So you think Terra Classic in the top 50? You don't think Solana's going to stay in the top 50? You high, bro.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I was a little crazy, but we'll see. We'll see how many of these projects actually stick around.
USDD, the dollar stablecoin at 98 cents.
Man, Flow's taking a beating, dude. Anyways, what
was the ones and twos?
One is they will make it, or they will be in the top whatever, and 2 is they will not.
Oh, a lot of 2s, man.
I think a lot of people think Solana's done for.
A lot of 2s, man. Rusty Bot's one of the few ones. Lesbia.
It's Lasiba. Jesus Christ, man. I'm so sorry.
Is a one
Lasiba.
as well.
I apologize.
Other than that, it's all twos. So sorry.
All right. Okay. Let's
My bad.
let's come back to Bitcoin. And I want to show something interesting. Okay. So this is Bitcoin on the Bitcoin monthly chart. And I got the Bitcoin price, volume, and then I have the RSI. We are at the lowest level ever. We're about to cross under 40. And so, guys, when you look just probabilities, statistics, okay? Unless you think Bitcoin is going to absolute zero, there literally is just not much left to the downside. We're like almost there, if not there already. And so what's 2023 going to look like, okay? What is it going to look like? I want to swap over to, so this is from kitco.com or Kitco News, whatever. So this is their Bitcoin predictions for 2023. And we'll kind of give our thoughts and we'll kind of give our own. So it says it's likely that the market will continue to be impacted by the events of 2022 as investors remain weary of diving back into cryptos. Do you agree with that or not?
Yeah, I think so.
So you don't think the spillover from FTX is over? You think it's going to go into 2023?
I think also the broader markets around the economy, the lack of.
Well, we're going to get there. Just comment on this one right here.
Okay.
You think it'll spill over?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The next part, this is from Daniel Keller, the CEO of the decentralized cloud infrastructure protocol Flux, said, however, other factors like stock recovery, lesser inflation, stability in the Russian-Ukraine war, and even Twitter crypto integration under Elon may swing things in the favor of the bulls. While the market may likely test new lows in early 2023, we should see a rebound to the 20,000K mark as the year goes by. What are your thoughts on that? Stock recovery, lesser inflation. So you think inflation is going down. We know that. The stability in Russia, Ukraine, no one knows that. And Twitter integration, crypto integration in Twitter with Elon. Are we going to see that in 2023? And is that enough to kind of, not a bull market, but a bull run?
I think you get bullish swings. And I think each of these, the Twitter, what was it? Twitter, what were they doing?
Crypto Twitter, like just crypto being integrated into Twitter somehow.
Okay. Yeah, so I think you're gonna get big swings. I do think we're gonna be around the 20K mark, maybe a couple times, several times throughout the year. But I also think we're gonna be below 20K throughout the year as well. And so that's my vibe. I think you'll also get very similar performance out of the stock market next year as well. I think going into March, we'll probably get a big rally and in the U.S. markets. And then also I do think we're going to get pullbacks. I think we're going to get the idea that inflation's fixed and it's good, and then they're going to cut rates, and then all of a sudden there's going to be spending, and inflation's going to go back up. They're going to do it too early, and then they're going to overcorrect in the other direction. So I think there's going to be a lot of volatility in both the stock market and the crypto markets next year. And so
you got to remember, it's also an election year, right? Presidential election year. That's when they start.
2024. Yeah, 2024.
So 2020 was the election. 2021, Biden came in.
We just had the midterms. So the midterms means halfway. So the next term is 2 years from there.
Okay. All right.
So
okay. All right. Let's get back. So the next portion is the kind of the opposite. So Dr. Yue Yang, who's the chief economist at BTCM, said it's possible that one final market crash could result in Bitcoin falling to sub 13,000 in the first half of 2023. Such a crash could possibly result from a combination of macro risk, some large crypto miner bankruptcy, a centralized company bankruptcy like investment exchange or lending, stablecoin issues such as depegging or regulatory restrictions, security issues, and or some sanctions and lawsuits against a major player. Are any of those likely? Okay, so let's break it down. So the large miner bankruptcy, we saw the largest, right, by hash rate was Core Scientific. They filed for bankruptcy. They're fine. They're still mining. So I think we can take that one off the table. Plus, I think people see enough value in Bitcoin miners and these companies that they would invest money. I mean, you already saw Core Scientific raise like $80, $100 million. They filed for bankruptcy. They still raise that money. I think that's going to be fine. The one I'm worried about is sanctions and lawsuits against a major player. And I've talked about this. I've been vocal about this. I think the government is going to go after Binance. I mean, we know that they have criminal charges ready to be filed. They're kind of split down the middle. But are they going to go as far as to say cease your operations? I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like. What stands out in that for you, Rob? Are any of those likely or highly probable?
None of it stands out.
None of it stands out.
Yeah. Okay. So your first point, large crypto miner files for bankruptcy. That already happened. And you know what? Even if you file for bankruptcy, if you're a large miner, you're still going to operate because you're not going to file for bankruptcy and then just all of a sudden unplug. So you're still going to operate your business. Now, will that affect the price? Will that news affect the price? Sure. But I don't think it's going to cause a giant crash. If something was going to cause a crash, it should have been Core Scientific, the largest miner filing for bankruptcy. And that didn't even move the needle at all. At all. Bitcoin didn't move. Price just stayed right where it was. Your second one was the large crypto exchange. Once again, it's already happened. At this point, I think we're kind of numb to that. We've been punched in the face. You know, like imagine you got.
I mean, what could top FTX? Think about it. Binance and Coinbase. That's it.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You know, you get punched in the face one time. You're numb. You're hurting, but then your adrenaline kicks in. You get punched in the face again.
Adrenaline comes.
Yeah, it don't hurt as bad as the first one. You're like, okay, I'm eating punches now.
That reminds me of Jameis Winston. Remember, it was like, let's eat this W. Weirdo. That was weird. I'm sorry. That was super weird.
Anyways, yeah. And so we've already had that.
Okay.
We've already had the miner. Okay. And so I don't think.
What about regulatory restractions or stablecoin?
Now this, I don't think they're going to regulate stablecoin. I think that's actually a net positive if they regulate stablecoins. Now, if they were to sanction, if they were to prohibit certain DeFi platforms, certain centralized exchanges, I think that would probably be the most impactful because we haven't yet had that, right? Outside of Congress banning the Tornado Cash, which is a tiny little project or tiny with a tiny amount of liquidity compared to these large chains. You know, I mean, we see what regulation can do to a project. And no, you don't need to look any further than XRP, which basically stifled that entire bull market for that project. And, you know, that could be pretty damning, but I don't see that coming. And I think if they do draft some stablecoin bill, it's going to actually be beneficial for the space. But even then, I think
that's the one bill where everyone kind of agrees on, right?
The stablecoin, yeah.
We want to know if you're a stablecoin. We want to know you're backed 1-to-1. If everyone makes a run on the bank, and I understand the traditional banks is not how they work, but they have other things in place.
And at its core value, if you run it correctly, you can generate so much income. I mean, you don't need to take risk. And right now, we were looking at the 10-year or the 1-year Treasury bond is at 4.7%. And so if you were to take 4.7%, and I know we did this yesterday, but you have Tether. So let's just say they take their $66 billion. And, that's over $4 billion a year. It's over three. Yeah, it should be close to $4 billion a year they could earn by simply taking their unused stable coins and putting those into treasury bonds that they can turn into liquidity if need be. And they don't need I'm not talking about the 1 year. I know we were talking to the Paxos stablecoin lady, and she said it's common practice to use 90-day bills that you can get in and out of if you need to. And so if you needed to provide liquidity, you're not locked up. But generally speaking, unless you have an emergency situation, you just lock it up for 90 days. And then if you need to draw on that, you can. And you can also borrow on those as well. if something really crazy happened and you weren't able to get it out. So the business model for stablecoins is pretty profitable. You don't need to take much risk to be a super. I mean, just think. All you got to do is just keep your network up and don't do anything shady, and you can make $3 to $4 billion a year. Literally taking on no risk, right?
Technically, yes.
So, I mean, you have the risk of the network going down, hacks, exploits, things like that. So, I mean, it's not.
We're talking about a risk from the U.S. side.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not a risk-free, business model. But as far as how to generate capital with your business model, that side is pretty risk-free unless you're just a straight degen and greedy and you want to, go outside that box and make more money. Then, we've seen examples of that. So I'm not saying that our industry is free of it. But so, yeah, I mean, when it comes to stablecoin regulation, I think it's a no-brainer. It makes money move more efficiently, faster. And I think that's something you're going to see institutions get into. And it might be the gateway to institutions offering crypto services. Because if you take an ERC20 Tether coin as an example, now you've plugged into the Ethereum network, right?
Yeah.
On an institutional level. And that's pretty big. So,
okay. One last thing from this article from Kitco. This is from Dr. Yang. If matters start to improve in relatively short order, he suggested that Bitcoin could reach 25K in the first half of 2023 and 35K in the second half. This could potentially be brought about by a slowdown in rate hikes and tampering from the Fed. I think that's definitely possible. I don't think a stop will let 35,000 happen, but I think a reversal, which I don't think we'll see in 2023. But what are your thoughts on that before we move on?
If the Fed reverses course or outright stops, we already know what happens in all markets.
Well, they're going to pause. So you think a pause will send it to 35K?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. An outright stop. Like they just stop raising interest rates.
They stop and keep it where it's at 5 point. Let's just say 5.2.
Yeah, in the short term, I think it'll rally, and I don't know about 35,000. I think that might be a little ambitious. If they reverse course and say they lowered interest rates, which I don't see happening within at least the first 6 months of next year, and so I mean, I guess if they reverse, sure, you could get up above 30K, but I don't know. I think they pause the course. We get a rally in traditional markets, and also in crypto. And I do think 25,000 is definitely on the table. A little love for the chat here. I do want to give a little shout out here. We have a few new people. And if you're new here, make sure you say hello so that way we can drop an hola back at you. We got Black Knight, Lucky's Thoughts, Christopher Stemmer, Asaf. We got Mitchell, Alex81, DRS, who DRS dropped a big long hola, by the way. So hola back to you. And JDM, hola, welcome to Sin City Crypto. Also checking out some other people's YouTubes lately, and the community has been dropping the holas in the chat. I've been seeing it. I'm watching. We're watching.
Wow, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what the chat thinks.
Can you also hit the like button? Please.
I want to know what the chat thinks. Guys, what is more likely? We see a low of 10,000 in 2023 or we see a high of 35,000? What is more likely?
A low of 10,000 or a high of 35? What if we get both?
We could.
That's a 3 in the chat.
Yeah.
So what was one?
So just put 10 for 10,000, 35 for 35,000, and put both.
10, 35, or both.
Okay. What's more likely? 10,000 low, $35,000 high, or you think both can happen in 2023? What do you guys think? I'm in the camp of 10. I'll go 10.
10?
Yeah.
I don't think either one's likely.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. More likely.
I think 35 is more likely.
Yeah, it's tough, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I think 35 is more likely.
35 is more likely? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll see what happens. While we see what happens, I want to move on to see what MicroStrategy is happening. And they are going to offer Bitcoin Lightning solutions in 2023 while we're on this 2023 campaign here. Executive Chairman Michael Saylor, former CEO of MicroStrategy, has shared his firm's plans to release Bitcoin Lightning Network-powered software and solutions in 2023. In a Twitter Spaces event on December 28th, Michael Saylor shared that the company is exploring software and solutions that utilize the Lightning Network, such as solutions that support enterprise marketing, as well as a cybersecurity solution aimed at corporate websites. Recently announcing it was looking to hire MicroStrategy was looking to hire a software engineer to build a Lightning Network-based software as a service platform. He also again made mention of his Lightning Wall cybersecurity idea, which is essentially a Bitcoin-based paywall that would protect websites from cybersecurity attacks by requiring visitors to put down a deposit in Satoshis.
Why hasn't Kevin O'Leary signed up for this yet? Huh?
Well, he's too busy doing giveaways.
Oh, okay.
If you missed that part of the show, O'Leary's been hacked on Twitter, and so the fake giveaways don't buy him. So, is it a little interesting to you, right? Lightning Network, first and foremost, is a centralized entity, yes?
It's
operated in a centralized way.
It's operated in an extremely centralized way.
Okay.
It is a code that is on top of Bitcoin's layer one, and it's not controlled by a company. So at its core, it is a decentralized code, but the code is run by multiple centralized entities, and it really hasn't been tested, the test of time yet. I think it came out in 2017. 2017, but it didn't really get any real adoption or use case until 2019. And so yeah, I wouldn't be floored or just dumbfounded if all of a sudden there was some vulnerability when it came to Bitcoin's Lightning Network and that people lost Bitcoin because of an exploit.
Yeah.
And I think that is just because it's still pretty new in our space. And you know what? We've seen, remember, what bridge hacks, that's messing around with the layer one. It's moving value around on a side chain. That's literally, now a bridge is literally just a tiny little chain, right? When you think about what is, when you have two roads and you have a bridge in between it, the bridge is still a road, right? It still has asphalt. It still has the lines. It's still a road. Your bridges are that as well. Your bridges are a vulnerable part. And, so are layer twos. They can have vulnerabilities.
The question I was getting to, though, which everything you said is right. The question I was getting to, though, is, does this surprise you for someone who's such a Bitcoin maxi, hates any centralized coins, any centralized entities? He wants to help build Lightning Network, which essentially is a centralized.
But it answers a lot of tough questions in Michael Saylor's eyes. And so, some of the biggest attacks on Bitcoin's, thesis is that, hey, it's too slow. You can only there's a block every 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know. Anyways, I forget the time. I need to get back into the Bitcoin mining. But anyways,
I need to get back into Bitcoin mining.
Yeah, no, I need to
brush up on
I need to brush up on all my on my Bitcoin theories and facts. But anyways, doesn't move very fast. And so Lightning Network does fix that. And so when someone says, hey, you can only process however many thousands of transactions for every block, and your throughput's pretty small. There's no way it could transact on a global scale, and then also the transaction fees can get pretty high on the Bitcoin network. The base layer, compared to layer ones right now, and so it's always a easy argument to win by just quoting the Lightning Network. Very convenient. But a lot of people don't ever really question the centralization and the security that is the layer two. So I think that's why, right? I'm telling you, Michael Saylor is not using the Lightning Network. You think he's out here moving money around on Lightning Network?
No, he's not moving money around, period.
Do you think he ever uses a Lightning Network?
No, because he's a hodler.
Yeah, because I think he
Do
knows.
I think he would use it? Yes, if there was a paywall that required it.
He's even said multiple times that if you want to move a large amount of money securely, you use the base layer. So for him, a large amount of money is millions of dollars. For us, a large amount of money is
$10.
You know, 5,000.
You probably benefit from it by having the Bitcoin that creates the liquidity on the Lightning Network, right? Since he has so much, might as well make some money off of it.
Here's the thing. Like,
No.
The Lightning Network, it's really to just address the promise that Bitcoin can be used as an electronic payment method. But
The Lightning Network is a gateway.
First of all, because the price is not stable, because it's not a stable coin and it fluctuates. If you go to the store and you go to buy, let's just say you go to buy a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 and it's $399. Well, today it would cost, 0.04 Bitcoin. And then maybe 3 weeks from now, it would cost 0.047 Bitcoin. And then 3 months from now, it'll cost 0.032 Bitcoin. And so you never really have a grasp of the value of prices when correlated to Bitcoin. And so I think for that reason, unless you're just straight, unless you're using a wallet that says, hey, I want to pay $400 in Bitcoin, and you just have no care how many decimals is in there, sure. But I'm just saying it doesn't line up very well for a form of payment. No, I don't know. I've never heard, and obviously we got a crypto YouTube channel. I've never heard anybody come up to me and be excited about transacting in Bitcoin. Like, hey man, I can't wait,
Robin.
man.
Unless it's a large sum of money, I think if it's over 10K, I would feel more comfortable sending
that's
it
what I'm
over
saying.
Bitcoin.
But in payment sector,
Correct.
which is what Bitcoin was, which people are always saying, like the Lightning Network, like it was designed to fix this issue. It was designed, Bitcoin, the Lightning Network was designed for payments, to go buy coffee, as they always say. Hey, I want to go buy a cup of coffee. I want to pay in Bitcoin. Like, but the thing is, nobody's actually using that. That's the thing. And if you need to move a large sum of money, you're not going to use a Lightning Network. Even Michael Saylor says that. So what use case does it have? Right? I mean, I guess you could say instead of Zelling somebody $50, lightning somebody $50 in Bitcoin. I guess, sure. But then why do you have you should be hodling your Bitcoin, right? Why do you have Bitcoin sitting in an account that is for, Zelle purposes or Cash App purposes, where you're basically just sending some loose change to people? Also, Broke Yoshi dropping 10 gifted memberships. My man over here. Absolute love this dude. Can I get a round of applause?
I love Broke Yoshi. I've said that is my favorite name. Broke Yoshi no dinero.
Yeah, I was watching Ben the other day. He was like, I heard him say Broke Yoshi something. I don't know. So,
but he obviously ain't broke Yoshi because he's dumping out these super. Holy moly! What the hell happened? All right, so let's move on to Sam Bankman-Fried on bail. So this is just a day in the life of Sam and what he does, and then we'll move on to his plea deal here. But he's been leading a decent lifestyle while under house arrest in his parents' home in Palo Alto, with daily jogs, security detail, and a couple of in-home visits. His family is shelling out $10,000 a week for a private security firm, and this is the house that the largest fraudster in the history of the United States is currently residing in, after being found not guilty, but being charged. As part of the bond agreement, Sam is required to wear an ankle bracelet, has been forced to surrender his passport, and is also required to seek approval for any transaction in excess of $1,000. He is also not allowed to possess a firearm, any other weapon, or destructive device. He is only able to leave the property for exercise, substance abuse treatment, or mental health treatment. And this is from Leah Heilpern on Twitter. SBF will be spending Christmas at home with his parents, playing video games, rather than locked up in a cell. What kind of justice? So, Now on to this. Reuters reported yesterday that Sam Bankman-Fried will enter a plea deal in the FTX fraud case. Now, when this first came out, everyone was like, oh, nope. We had a triple, quadruple check. And there are multiple sources that are reporting this. So, although nothing is in stone yet, we can say the probabilities are very likely. Sam Bankman-Fried is expected to enter a plea deal next week, and he is going to be arraigned on the afternoon of January 3rd, which we're not sure with an arraignment. I'm not a judge, but I looked this up. But that's when you go in front of the judge and they tell you everything you're being charged with. So speaking of everything he's being charged with, if I remember correctly, he's being charged with 2 counts of wire fraud and 6 counts of conspiracy, including to launder money and commit campaign finance violations. And if he's convicted and doesn't take the plea deal, could spend decades in prison. Now, Robin did do a last minute, no one had any idea, Twitter Spaces yesterday to discuss this. And so, obviously, if put yourself in this a-hole's shoes, you would obviously take a plea deal.
I feel like his shoes would definitely be Vans. If he has any shoes, I'm telling you, he's got those like scuffed up, dirty Vans. You know, the ones that like, the skateboarders wear after
he probably has his Vans on, but they look like sneakers.
Looks like a Crocs guy to me.
You said Crocs?
I don't know. He looks like those Birkin. The Jesus sandals with the string.
The Birkenstocks?
No, not
bro. I feel like if you got Birkenstocks, you got dirty feet, bro. Am I right? Or am I right?
There you go, attacking the community.
Why
are you attacking the Birkenstocks?
Is there anybody in the chat? Do you own Birkenstocks and have clean feet? Is there any? Put a 1 in the chat if you are of the few of the minority that has Birkenstocks and clean feet at the same time. Thank you.
Anyways, so I think, thank you, Kyler. That's something Rocco never does. You notice that? You notice every short is Robin. You notice every thumbnail is Robin.
Rocco,
these guys
come
are
back.
out for me, bro. These guys are out for me, bro. They're out for me. Kyler, you're hired. We can't pay you yet, but you're hired. So obviously, Sam, and I'm not saying this is what's right or what should happen, but if you're Sam, put yourself in his shoes. You already had 2 people turn on you. Probably going to have more. You're going to take a plea deal. You're going to take a plea deal, 20 years in prison, possible whatever, parole, whatever they call it after 8 years or 10 years of good behavior, whatever the hell they want to call it. What are your thoughts on this, Rob?
This is my thoughts right here. Look at that, man.
What the hell is wrong with you, dude?
I'm just saying, man. This is...
It doesn't work? Damn it. You can do the wah, wah, wah.
What were we talking about?
Exactly, my point.
What was it? FTX, Sam Bankman. What was the Sam Bankman-Fried question?
The plea deal.
What was the Sam Bankman-Fried? Honestly, I was distracted there.
The plea deal.
The plea deal. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's break down the scenarios that could play out with a plea deal.
And remember, we're not lawyers or judges.
Yeah. And then okay, so you got 2 paths here, right? You have path A is dude's facing over 100 years in prison. And so if you don't want to spend the entirety of your life in prison, you say, hey, instead of going to court, instead of trying to fight this, I'll just plead guilty and we'll agree for me to serve, say, 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, whatever it is. And maybe I'll have some kind of freedom later in my life when I'm 55 years old or whatever it is. 50 years old, I can go out and hang out in my my parents' mansion if they're still alive at that time. Now, scenario B, which I think is more likely, is that he has some information on other people.
Harry Gensler?
Whether politicians, as you mentioned, or heads of certain branches of government. Also politicians, which he had donated quite generously to.
Very generous.
And also maybe other people in the crypto space that he worked with routinely that he was aware of illegal behavior. Mm-hmm. Let's just say finance. Other exchanges that he borrowed and lent from. Other venture capital funds that are still in operation. Perhaps venture capital and hedge funds that have invested in him that aren't even in the crypto space and are traditional finance. And some of the biggest names in our space. maybe he's got dirt that they were up to illegal activities as well. Maybe they were complicit.
Maybe
with,
Silvergate.
Yeah, or maybe. And so I truly believe this dude has got some major dirt. And he's all like, guys, you think you caught the big fish? Well, there's a shark swimming in the water too. And I might be the biggest tuna out here, but everybody loves to look at that, loves to catch that big shark,
And he's probably going to attack CZ. He is.
And whatever dirt he has, he's scratching and clawing, bro. And he's like a little badger in a corner. He's going to take down everybody he can so he doesn't do as much time as possible. And so if he can get, say, 8 years in prison, 10 years in prison, 5 years in prison by flipping on some gigantic names, if he's got that info, he's going to use it, bro. And I think that is something that we could see.
Straight up. Someone said Solana just dipped under $9.04. Down
Solana
20?
under $9?
Rocco also said that Birkenstock are
Illegal.
illegal in Italy.
Is it because of the feet? Yeah, Solana is the second biggest loser of the week. Down 23.3%.
Damn, Solana under $8. Are we
Under
watching
$9.
the death spiral of Solana?
Under $9. Well, here's the thing.
No, I'm saying it dipped under $9. It hit $8.
Yeah. So
holy dog crap.
there is on-chain activity people are following that Alameda is converting all their tokens to Bitcoin. And that includes every token they have on their balance sheet. We talked about this Near Protocol,
Let me ask you a
Polygon.
question. Solana under $5 in the next 2 weeks?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, they're in an epic free fall right now. I mean, we're in price discovery on the bottom side. Now, taking a good God, taking a look at the Solana chart here. If you want to pull up the Solana chart on the trading view, I'll just take a glance at this one. Solana, as you can see here, this is on the year to date. So this is over the last since January. Came in at $175. You see how dramatic that is on the 3-month chart. You can see we were at $33 before the FTX news came out, and then even on the 1 month after the Solana or after FTX, you can see here we are in some ugly territory. And how far will this dip?
Solana's at $8.80 on
dude, it
Binance.
is in a free fall. Breaking news, everybody. Solana, I'm not even trying to be funny here, man. Breaking news, Solana is tanking right now. It is in a straight free fall. Maybe there's something beyond what's obvious. Maybe there's something else happened. Maybe Solana network went down. What do you think?
I don't know.
What's the chart's telling you real quick? Why don't you take a peek at it? I will see if there's any Solana breaking news. And then
so this is look at this spill.
or chat if you know of anything that's going on with Solana at the moment.
So this is the 5-minute chart on Solana. So this is a big spill off
Jesus.
here. Yeah. You saw it go from literally just let's just here $9.41. This was almost a little over 2 hours ago was on $9.50. So percentage wise, it's a pretty big drop, and we're seeing a green candle form here. But if we go to the 1 hour, let's kind of take a look. The 1 hour looks even worse. You have two big big red candles, and if we throw in the Heikinashi, we kind of see the trend. Obviously, it looks like we're just in the beginning of a downtrend. I don't know, man. Like I said, Solana can either be one of the best investments as far as returns in the next bull run, or it could be one of the worst. You can be throwing your money in the wind, but I'm pretty sure if you're like me, you've thrown your money into worst winds. But yeah,
Don't pee into the wind either.
Yeah, it's bad news.
Yeah.
So all five averages here on the Ichimoku are pointing to a negative. You got the green cloud, or you got the red cloud, you got the baseline over the conversion line, which is not good, and then lagging indicators below price. We should see some resistance right around this. This thing is dipping right around this if we get there anytime soon, right around this $9.50 level. So, and as far as the RSI, we are down under 20. The last time this thing dipped under 20 was go away. Last time this thing dipped under 20 was on the 27th, and it continued to go down. So I don't know. When you look at a chart like Solana and you look at all the indicators like RSI, all right, it gets the oversold. It should pop back up, and it doesn't. That tells you something bigger is going on. And of course, volume is ticking up. So if you got money in Solana, guys, I don't know what your price level is. If you're still in profit, you might want to take a little bit of profit.
All right. So just a little update here. No breaking news. And taking a look at some of the articles, most lately, the latest ones published is basically talking about the connection between SBF and Solana. Perhaps, obviously the markets are moving because there's a ton of sell pressure. And so maybe that sell pressure is coming from Alameda, or perhaps it's some form of liquidation to consolidate assets. We do know that Alameda Research, FTX, was one of the biggest holders of Solana out there. And at some point, they do got to sell. I don't think they would be selling right now. I don't think that the organization that's running FTX's bankruptcy, I don't think they would be selling right now. I don't think that's the right way of doing it. So I doubt that's the case. I'm not writing it off completely. But
Magic Internet Money's in here. He said, remember when you guys asked me if I would buy any Solana on my first appearance back in November? He said, big no. He thinks Solana can get to $2.78. We need to bring Magic back on. Magic, we're getting ready to send out emails for January. You are on top of that list, my friend. We look forward to bringing you back on. So if you're not following Magic Internet Money, go follow him on Twitter and on YouTube at Leading Crypto. Him and his partner do TA and fundamental analysis.
Speaking of people in the chat, we do have a few new people. I just want to give a shout out to some of the chat members. We got Mark Gaza, Bluff City Breaks, Victor, Ham City, Crypto Arc, Patrick P, Victor G, Pimpin, Splits 1. And we also got Nate LaPena, Cameroon Mitchell, Matty G. To all of you, hola, welcome.
Dude, someone said Pele passed away.
What?
That's Broke Yoshi said that. Damn.
Man, Solana's crashing.
Pele's passing.
Sad day today, man.
Very sad. All right, that'll do it, guys.
That's it.
That's it, man.
That's it.
That's it.
What about Crypto Mike? He just came in and said hola.
Hi, Crypto Mike. Hola and adios. We'll see you tomorrow.
You're late.
You're late, man. You're late.
10:30 a.m. Vegas time, baby.
Guys, tomorrow is the last show of the year.
Also, might not happen.
No, should happen.
Just in case. Robin said that they might come and fix the internet.
Oh yeah. We are switching over to high-speed fiber optic, and so you never know. Sometimes they go to switch this over, and anyways, if we don't go live tomorrow, just know it's because we're getting internet switch. But we should be.
I'm trying to get the time frame switch, so we should be able to go live. So just tell it. There's business as usual, baby. Or it's Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. The last show of the year. Going into 2023. Well, Kyler's working on a super cool wrap-up 2022 year in review wrap-up video for everyone. So we're excited about that.
Should roll it out Monday, I think, more than likely.
That's actually a good idea, Brokioshi. He said if we don't do a live stream, maybe a Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll come at you somewhere. Yeah. I mean, we can always use our phones as well. So
just don't let Robin host Twitter Spaces because he'll abruptly end it where we're at 100 people. With that being said, guys. Friends, family, friends and family and friends. We thank you guys so much for joining us on the second to last day of our show of the year. On behalf of myself, Robin, and Kyler, we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow for Forest Friday. Until then.
Charging too much for sweaters.
I think 2 or 3 more days to get 10% off.
Rocco, can we get a finger tornado shirt? Is that a thing? Kind of cool, right?
How are you gonna do that?
You gotta like do the finger like this.
Digital.
I don't it. I don't need another one, bro.
I think we're gonna do the members only at first, right? That's the idea.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Members only, baby. If you're a member.
And then we'll unleash it onto the month.
A few days after. Yeah. A couple days after. The members, you will definitely get. You'll definitely get the first dibs on it. But anyways, love you guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.
That Derek Carr done broke down, bro.
Devontae. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.